What is that?
A birdhouse.
Oh, did you make it?
I made it. Yeah,
Oh
look. I painted them. They were wood. And then
Oh, that's
I
so
put the
cute.
little flowers on them.
Whoa. I thought you buy it. Beautiful.
The little fake snow.
Okay.
See, this is what you do when you have no life.
Yeah.
Okay, you can turn that light on. There you go. All right. So this is my aunt's bedroom. She's sleeping. Oh, say hi.
Hi.
This is my aunt's room.
Can I?
Yeah, come on.
Hi.
Don't.
Don't. Okay.
All right. This is the bathroom. Bathroom, washer, dryer. Nothing special. This is my room. It's a mess, but and then this is the cat's room. The back room. It's got our storage, like our Christmas stuff and Christmas decorations. But that's our cat that passed away up there. His ashes. Yeah.
There was your cat?
Yeah.
So what happened?
He died. He had cancer.
Oh, cancer. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And then this is
Yeah. So what's your name?
my name's Lauren.
And how old are you?
I am about to be 38 next week.
Oh, okay.
Birthday coming up.
And then where are you from, like, originally?
Okay, so I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the city, and in 7th grade, I was 13, my family moved us out to a very small town called Collegeville in the suburbs. Yeah, so your neighbors are real far away, you have to walk, you know, far to get to a store or to school. Everyone drives, no buses or anything.
And how you grow up, like?
So I grew up, I have an older brother who passed away in 2019. So he was 7 years older than me. So by the time my mom and dad had me, they weren't expecting any more kids. So I was spoiled and got everything I wanted, which is not a good thing.
And how many family are you?
So I have one brother, but I have a lot of cousins and a lot of extended family. So my mom is one of 6 and my dad is one of 9. So I have like 50 something cousins.
Oh my.
Yes, on top of their kids and all of that. So I have a very big family. Yes.
And then tell me about your parents.
Okay, so my dad, his mom and dad are from Germany, and he had a very rough childhood. He was brought up in foster care because when he was younger, his mother left his father for someone else, and my grandpa tried to keep all 9 kids together. He had a job at the post office at that time. But he had to quit his job to stay home because there were little ones in the house. So they wound up taking the kids and they all went to foster care. So I think that is one of the reasons why my dad sheltered me and my brother so much and tried to give us everything, is because he did not have it. My mom, she was the oldest of 6. And her father left them when she was 18. So she kind of took on the mom role. And my dad met her when she was 17. and moved in with her family, and they were together for 40-something years till the day she died. They were in love, and you know, it was a fairy tale. They had a fairy tale romance.
Describe your own childhood, like, to me. Can you?
I can. So, well, when I was little, I didn't have a whole lot of friends. I never was one to have a whole lot of friends. There was always something missing inside of me,
Okay.
to where I couldn't make friends. It's been a problem my whole life. So when I have one friend, I cling to them, and it's very unhealthy because my whole world becomes them. And this even became part of my relationships when I'm older with men. My whole life revolves around them. And so I think my mom noticed when I was younger that I had a hard time making friends. So she kind of would make friends, and then I would hang out with their kids. So like my mom and her friends would get together, so I would have people to play with. And so when we moved from the city and we moved away from my friends, I became very depressed. I gained a lot of weight. I was teased in high school. I wasn't popular, so I was teased in high school. And in my senior year, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And within 6 months, she passed away.
Oh.
She went from being very healthy to dying 6 months later. And within that time, I started dating someone. His name was Danny. And like I said, my world just became his world. I did nothing for myself. I stopped getting good grades in school. And I actually stopped coming home at night, and my mom was at home dying with cancer, and I was staying out all night. But because my father was so worried about her and taking care of her, I kind of got out of control and stopped coming home, and I started smoking weed, which is marijuana, and it kind of just went downhill from there. I enrolled in college. I went to Temple for 1 semester. And when I was there, my mom passed away. So I dropped out, and I remember at her funeral, I was sitting on the steps next to my brother, and I was so hysterical. I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't breathe. I was breathing real heavy, and he handed me a pill. And I took that pill that day, and I loved it. Like, I forgot about everything. All the hurt that was inside of me went away from that very first pill.
Oh, that was your first try?
Yes, at my mom's funeral. And
What kind of pill was it?
huh?
What kind of pill?
So it was a Percocet.
Percocet.
Yes, and I loved it. So I started taking them, and they became hard to find. So I started taking these stronger pills called Oxycontin,
Okay.
and they became hard to find. So once again, my brother, I was working at the bank at this time, Citizens Bank, and I was on my lunch break, and I was sick because these pills make you sick. If you don't have them, you physically get sick. You can't think straight. All you can think about is finding them, and I couldn't find them. And my brother took me into, the ghetto of Kensington. That's where Kensington came into my life, and bought me my very first bag of heroin.
Oh.
So, till this day, I still struggle with that. I have 4 years clean, but that doesn't mean that I don't think about it. I think about it all the time. But it was a crazy ride. I became homeless. I lost everything. I lost my job at the bank. I lost my apartment. I lost cars, everything, family members. it got so bad. I'll tell you this one story. It got so bad. So I'll never forget. I was very close to one of my aunts, my mom's youngest sister. Her name was Ann. And when I told you my mom's dad left her when she was 18. So my aunt at that time was 12. So my mom kind of became like her mom. So when we moved away from the city, my aunt was like my sister. And we were always together. So I was very close to this aunt. So by this time she had had her first child, and her name was Kaylee. And Kaylee was about 5 or 6 at the time. And this was when the Nintendo DS's, the little ones, like this big, first came out. And my aunt was so excited. She got her one for Christmas with like 5 brand new games. So I was so sick on Christmas. I woke up at her house and I waited for all of them to go to church on Christmas morning. And I stole the Nintendo DS with all 5 games and sold it because I was so sick. I could not get through the day. So after I sold it, I got high and I got a phone call from my other aunt who was there. And she was like, "We know you took it. We know you took it." And of course I denied it. I felt bad. You know, I had a lot of guilt and I denied it. And because of that one day, I didn't talk to my aunt for almost 20 years. And last year, it was a week before Thanksgiving, I was at the grocery store and I seen her. And as soon as I seen her, she started crying, I started crying, and she told me that she forgave me and I apologized. But this is what drugs do to you. Like, I never ever thought that I would ever steal from her or my cousin. Like, I loved my cousin like she was my sister. She doesn't know me now. She probably seen pictures from me or from people talking about me, but yeah, I didn't talk to my aunt who I was so close to for almost 20 years because of that one day, because I could not control my drug habit. And I think that's probably one of my biggest regrets, on top of not being there for my mom when she was dying.
Have you ever sell anything because you have to do like drug?
Yeah, so I sold that. I sold everything. My jewelry, all of my belongings. One time we were in my apartment and it got so bad I sold my furniture. I had a brand new furniture set. So me and my brother, we used to get high together. That was like my one person that I used to get high with. He gave me my first pill. He bought me my first bag of heroin. He shot me up for the first time with a needle. And it was so sick. We were always together so much. People thought that we were boyfriend and girlfriend. People that didn't know us thought we were girlfriend and boyfriend. But we hung out together all the time because other people did not tell us what we were doing was okay, and we didn't like that. So we told each other what we were doing was okay. In some sick way, like, he would say things to me like, "Oh, you know, no one else knows how we feel because they didn't lose their mom, so it's okay that we get high," you know? And I would say things to him like, "No one else, seen their mom die right in front of them on their lap, so they don't understand why we get high." So we would say little things like that to each other to kind of validate us getting high. But yeah, so I sold my furniture, and I'll never forget it. We were watching a football game, and we were sitting on a mattress on my living room floor, and we told each other that we were going to kill ourselves together. So we went out and we bought all this heroin with the money that I got from selling my furniture, and we did it. And we were so mad when we woke up. So mad that we woke up the next day. And I think that next day he actually went away to get help, and I stayed out for a while until I came around. Yeah. Oh, like like OD'd or called not. Well, I've OD'd probably 5 times.
Oh.
Yeah, 5 times. But thank God every time that I had OD'd, I was outside. So someone always called the ambulance. Yeah, I've never OD'd inside. Not that I know of. You want to stop that?
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna help you. Come on. You boring?